So we are now live.
President sir, whenever you say we can start.
You can start.
Okay, thank you so much. Good afternoon, welcome, namaste, pranam, adab, and a warm welcome to all the delegates and all the dignitaries for today's first 1000 Days of Parenting Foundation for the Life program of IAP Ki Baat community ke saath. After a wonderful start of the film Disha, which has been a stupendous runaway success, this year we are continuing with our IAP Ki Baat community ke saath program launched last year under the presidency of Dr. Basavaraj and Dr. Vasant Salatkar sir. And we are continuing this time, beginning with the Foundation for the Life, first 1000 Days of Parenting. And to welcome all the dignitaries today, I invite our dear friend, Honorary Secretary General of IAP, Professor Dr. Yogesh Bhai Parikh, to welcome all of you. Yogesh Bhai, it's over to you.
Thank you, dear Dr. Samir Bhai. Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome our ever-smiling President, Dr. Vasant Khalatkar, Dr. Neelam sir, and guest of honor, Dr. Professor Iqbal Memon sir from the APA and Pakistan. So I welcome all our office bearers, vice presidents, EB colleagues, and the scientific committee of the IAP Ki Baat community ke saath, and media committee, liaison committee, and everyone. So we all know the 1000 days of the parenting, the foundation for the life. So first 1000 days of the parenting, spanning roughly from the conception to the child's second birthday, are a critical period for laying the foundation for child's future health and the development and the well-being. These early years are often described as a window period of the opportunity where the nurturing care, proper nutrition, and early stimulation can make a significant difference in the child's life. With this, we have started in 2019 way back, while Professor Dr. Digan Shastri was the president, and at that time we have a consultative meeting and position paper with the UNICEF. And then in Dr. Piyush Gupta sir tenure, while our beloved president Dr. Basavaraj was the Secretary General, we started the program NCECD, where Dr. Samir Dalwai has a key role, and we serve as a national coordinator of that program, NCECD, Nurturing Care, Early Childhood Development. And we all know the 5 pillars of the NCECD. One is the good health, adequate nutrition, safety and security, responsive caregiving, and opportunity for learning. With this concept, we started this program with the community reach to make this to all the what are the challenges and what the support required in the community. So with this first 1000 days parenting, a transformative period filled with the opportunity to shape a child's future by prioritizing proper nutrition, healthcare, and early learning, and the positive parenting practice. Parents can provide a strong foundation for their child's physical, cognitive, emotional, and social development. It is a journey that requires dedication, support, and love, but the rewards are immeasurable. So that saying was while we are spending on £1, we will return the 80 pounds in return for this NCECD. So remember, every child is unique. There is no one size fits all approach to parenting. Trust seek support when needed, and cherish the moments of the growth and the discovery during this early. Keeping this in mind, our scientific committee prepared this material to release today for this early 1000 days, the foundation of the life. So over to you, Samir Bhai. Thank you very much. And I welcome all the participants on the digital platform also.
Thank you so much, Yogesh Bhai, for your wonderful welcome. And I remember the wonderful times we've had together. Yogesh Bhai himself was the national coordinator, and along with Dr. Jisan, Dr. Sharmila, I myself had the opportunity to organize, and I'm saying this for the benefit of our guest, Dr. Iqbal Memon sir today, that India has organized 200 workshops under the guidance of Dr. Piyush Gupta sir, Dr. Digan Shastri sir, Dr. Basavaraj sir at that time, for ECD, which is a record in the world. And to tell us more about this and how this has inspired his journey, Dr. Vasant Khalatkar sir, who is our president, Indian Academy of Pediatrics 2024, is now going to go, 25 is now going to go ahead and is going to tell us the concept of the first 1,000 days and how he's going to look at IAP to take this concept, which is the foundation of life ahead. It's over to our national president, Dr. Vasant Khalatkar sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Greetings from IAP. My respected President-elect Dr. Neelam Mohan, Secretary Dr. Yogesh Parekh, our National Treasurer Dr. Atanu Bhadra, immediate past President Dr. Basavaraja, and today's guest, chief guest Dr. Pramod Duk, who is really mentor for everyone, and really he's not a past president, he is a different quality, different personality, always go for not only for academics but for social. And I welcome you all, sir. Dr. Professor Iqbal Memam, who is the immediate past president of APA. He was it's a vibrant year of APA from year 22 to 24. Everybody has seen and very much attached to our Indian Academy of Pediatrics. Whenever I meet with him, always see a smiling face, right? The dynamic face. I will not say only smiling, but it's a really as a dynamic personality is having. So everybody can get impressed with his personality. Everybody get attached, and I wish him all the best for his future endeavor than this APA president. And so my all the colleagues of 47,000 member of my IAP, my community member, today's reporter who are attending this release of IAP के बाद community के साथ, it's really honor to stand before you today as we launch the first segment of IAP के बाद community के साथ 2.0, because last year was the first year. And it's really a key initiative under the present action plan 2024-25. See, this is the first time happening in IAP that a program meant for a 2 year, not a single year. And that was the really tuning between me and Dr. Basavaraja that we have made that this action plan 2024. Of course, credit goes to all the EBOB member of 2024 who permitted us, who had done this program. Of course, IAP की बात community के साथ spokesman, these all instrumental, and now my 20 team 2025 to whom I am heading, they are given that permission that sir, you please continue this program, and that shows the popularity. This campaign shines a spotlight on one of the most crucial period in a child life, the first 1,000 days from conception to the second birthday. These early days are once in a lifetime window of opportunity, a time when child's brain, immune system, and overall health are shaped for life. Good nutrition, responsive care, early intervention, and a safe environment during this period can prevent diseases, boost cognitive development, and lay the foundation for a healthier, more productive future. Building on the resounding success of IAP के बाद community के साथ, under the visionary leadership of Dr. Basavaraja, we now step into 2025 with a renewed energy and enthusiasm. This year, we are not just continuing the conversation, we are taking bigger, bolder steps toward action. You must be watching our film, that Disha, which has already made us proud by winning international recognition, that International Film Fair Award that Disha film received. This is a proud moment of IAP, not for me, not for 25 team, but it's a really proud moment for IAP that our 47,000 member, that IAP reached to international level through community. It's spreading awareness and beyond our border. Now coming to the Bye Bye Anemia. Bus has traveled to more than 15 cities reaching and screening over more than 3,800 children for anemia and done the health checkup of 14,000 school children. We had covered. That's really making an impact where it matters most. It shows our reach has expanded, not just through digital and media platform, but through on-ground intervention that truly changes life. None of this would have been possible without the incredible support of our dedicated team, Dr. Neelam, Dr. Basavaraja, Dr. Yogesh, Dr. Atanu, Dr. Upendra Kindavarkar. Her unwavering commitment has been instrumental in driving this mission forward. किस किस का नाम लूं? डॉक्टर गीता पाटिल, डॉक्टर समीर दलवाई, डॉक्टर प्रवीण पागे, डॉक्टर अमरेश पाटिल, डॉक्टर किशोर बाइंदर, our scientific committee, media committee, Dr. Meena Deshmukh, Dr. Avinash Gawande, Dr. Satish Agrawal, Dr. Satish Sharma, Dr. Mukesh Verma, and expert panelists. And definitely, you can't forget Mahesh Pant, Dr. Pavan Kumar, Dr. Ritu Gupta, Dr. Amit Sinha. These all are instrumental in making this scientific content. I thank each of you from bottom of my heart. You are the engine that keep this train moving towards success. Today, as we come together for this important discussion, we are just joined by some of the most eminent experts in the field, leaders who have dedicated their lives to ensuring the health and well-being of our children. Your presence here today is invaluable, and we are grateful for your time and insight. Let us join hands to build a healthier future for every child, ensuring that the first 1,000 days count because when we invest in our children, we invest in a brighter tomorrow for all, and that will be our success mantra to serve children, community, and our colleagues. A big thank you. And before I leave, I want to show what IAP had done for community throughout this 1 month. This is now today 31st. From the first day of January, what we had done. Only I want to see the jhalak of that IAP के बाद say bye bye anemia. Thank you once again. Thank you, Mayun sir. Thank you, Zog sir, for joining as a guest. Thank you.
As the best cricketers or the best batsmen enter the cricket ground running, they're already warming up. You can see how Dr. Vasant Khaladkar has already warmed up, and there is a slew of programs already. I mean, it wasn't enough time for him to even explain how much has been done already in just this last 1 month since he has taken over. Wonderful work, Dr. Khaladkar. We are so proud of you. And now, for the first time of IAP Ki Baat community ke saath, I have a proud privilege to welcome respected President-elect Dr. Neelam Mohan ma'am. And I'm sure आपके आने से और बाहर खिलेगी. And I'm very happy you will be able to guide us even further. So please welcome to you. And we would like to have your guidance. Over to Dr. Neelam Mohan ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much, Samir. And though I've been here as a MRCP examiner, I just tried to sneak out for two reasons. Because the chief guest that you've called is a very dear friend of mine. Both of us being pediatric gastroenterologists have known each other, and we have not only been friends, and I'm very grateful to 𝖫𝗎L Women, who has been very instrumental in introducing me to the Asian and the Commonwealth countries. Thank you for joining us, 𝖫𝗎L. आपके आने से यहाँ पर भी बाहर आई, जैसे समीर ने कहा. And I would like to, with that introduction, I move on to the formal introduction to respected Vasantji, Basavaraja ji, Yogesh, Atanu, and all the stalwarts of this program the team under the able leaders of Geeta, Samir, Amresh, and Kishore. Thank you for venturing to take this program even further with the passion that you all did it with the last year. And when I talk about this first 1,000 days, you would all agree there could have been nothing better than this to start with. Because if a country has to progress, the first thing that the economy would like to talk about is laying its foundation. So when we talk about the first 1,000 days, in fact, it is the foundation which will lead right from the conception for us to emphasize this not only to the parents, but the public at large, why we pediatricians emphasize so much right from conception. And our mythology has already taught to us when they said, Abu Manyo, Chakravyuh mein phas gaya hai tu. It was said that he learned in his mother's womb about how to enter a Chakravyuh. So that was just on a candid note. But what I would want to say is the child's health, the future, the brain development, growth, all these foundations are laid in this 1,000 days. So we are aware that almost 1,000 new neuron connections every second happen, which are the foundation for the cognition, which is how quick I react to it, to a situation, the learning capability, the emotions, all these connections are during this time. Along with it, something which is very close to my heart is the nutrition. So the nutrition of the mother and the child is equally important, because ultimate effect, if I want to reduce the stunting of a child, this period is extremely important. And we talk not only about the growth, development, stunting, emotional connection, but also India needs to be talked a lot about hidden hunger, because 80% of our children less than 2 years are having hidden hunger in the form of deficiency of vitamins, minerals, iron, vitamin A, etc. Besides a significant proportion, more than half of us are facing issues related to the calorie intake and malnutrition, stunting, etc. And India is becoming an area where we are now talking about the double burden too. So despite saying that, it is extremely important for us to emphasize about these factors, the brain development, the physical development, and also emphasize on the immunity, because it is the immunity which is going to give rise to reduced infections if we look into the maternal and the child's nutrition. And as I said, the long-term investment of a nation is going to be on this foundation. And that's why, to improve the economy of a country, it's time we pediatricians come forward and work together for our nation and all children, and subsequently share it with, of course, our neighboring countries and the globe at large. I'm extremely grateful to 2025 team for giving this opportunity to me to be here today. And I would like to say, I just had a notice of a couple of minutes, and maybe the nutrition of my mother was adequate with my good cognition skills. Thank you.
Wow. Wonderful. I think that's the best way of being an advocate for good nutrition and motherhood and parenthood. Amazing. Very, very nice. And I'm so happy to say that, in fact, before I ask our dear Dr. Basavaraju to speak, I'm going to say something which is going to make him happier, because this program was launched with the topic of anemia, isn't it, Dr. Basavaraju, sir? That was your favorite topic. Yes. So now we are going to present a short video before your talk on the bye-bye anemia video that has been made. And that, I think, will be the best introduction, because we have not stopped the topics that we started with, because the good program is that which continues. And it's not only the IAP Ki Baat project which is continuing, the topics which were launched last year are still continuing. I request, with his permission, Shruti ma'am to please show the video. And A big thanks and shout out to Dr. Vasant Kalatkar for this examining endeavor, and my dear friend Nikhil Pathak, who is the Dr. Nikhil Pathak, who is the national coordinator for Anemia. Nikhil, are you there? Yeah, please start.
You all for your real cooperation. All those were my dear friends, those who had taken a lots of effort to make this program successful till now, till 31st. And the bus will go on. Samit, please.
It's amazing to see how one topic can bring the country together and how this bus has been going around from city to city, bringing everybody together and taking the message of IAP across. Dr. Basavaraj, sir, it's over to you. I'm sure you must be very happy today.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Sameer ji. Respected our National President of Indian Academy of Pediatrics, Dr. Vasant Kalatkar ji, and all other dignitaries, and the today's chief guest, Professor Iqbal Memon sir, Pramod Jog sir, who has been very instrumental accepting our invitation. That's something which is been very much required to motivate our pediatricians as well as the community. IAP के बाद community के साथ, it is one of the flagship program of Indian Academy of Pediatrics, which has been focused on to the how do we educate the community with authentic and reliable information. In this regard, first 1,000 days, which is a very relevant. If you look at the data across the globe, where if you invest in a $1 today, the return what you're going to get it is a $17 over a period of time. That's what our Honorable President-elect Dr. Neelam Mohan has been emphasizing on how the economic dividend we can achieve in the country. That's the reason why 1,000 days is very relevant. And our goal is within 5 fundamental principles, which is focusing on to the pre-conceptional care, That's very, very important, where we are educating in a parents and in a community as a whole. That's what our scientific committee led by Dr. Geeta Patil, Dr. Sameer ji, Dr. Praveen Page, Dr. Amresh, Dr. Kishore Baindur, who has been very instrumental. And diet, breastfeeding, promotion of a breastfeeding is a simple step that makes a big difference. IAP was doing over a period of a time. This is another simple thing which can make a big difference. And of course, complementary feeding is another thing. And diet, which has been focusing onto the mothers as well as a baby's diet and early stimulation. All these are the components of an early childhood development. Our Honorable President, who has been taken in a big step in this regard to educating the communities. What we have done so far, we have trained in a 10,000 pediatrician with a 200 workshop. That's what Dr. Sameer ji has been telling that when our Honorable Secretary General President, Professor Yogesh Parikh, was a national coordinator, along with Dr. Samir Dalwai and Dr. Atanu Badra, they are able to take this across the India. This is the first association which is able to sensitize our pediatricians. Now, on the extension of it is then educating the community is then another big step which is required. I am sure with the presence of our Honorable President, Dr. Vasant Kaletkar, and very able dynamic Secretary, Professor Yogesh Parikh and Atanu Badra, this is another step where IAP is taking a step towards educating the parents and the community. Best wishes for the program. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Sameer ji. Sameer, unmute. Unmute, Sameer.
Sameer, unmute. Somebody can.
So sorry about that. And thank you, Dr. Basarwal sir, for your rousing speech. And now it is a wonderful moment where the three presidents are going to unveil the press release, which is not just in one language, but in multiple languages. I invite all the three presidents to declare the press release to be open, and I request our host to please display it on the screen. Over to our three presidents.
We declare it, this press note has been released. We all three.
Please utilize this for your press briefing.
List.
Very proud to say that this is in multiple languages now. The language is no barrier for IAP to connect to the community.
Thank you all, scientific committee, media committee. Really, it's a great thing. You are a great job you have done. Thank you. And my request to all the members, please disseminate this press note, share it to all the print media, the digital media, please. Thank you. Sameer, please.
As always, this will be shared with each and every IAP and every IAP member to be further disseminated into the society. And all of this, besides all the other resources that are needed, eventually we need the financial resources the most. And the person who handles all the financial resources for IAP is none other than our beloved friend, the National Treasurer, Dr. Atanu Badra. It's over to him, who's always been a champion in the causes of working for the common man. Dr. Atanu Badra.
Dr. Atanu is there or not? Because he was busy in some work. Sameer, I think Atanu.
Sameer, please go ahead. Dr. Atanu is busy.
Sameer.
Yeah, I think we'll wait for Dr. Atanu to probably join us in a bit. And meanwhile, I am now going to invite our dear friend and somebody who has been very instrumental in this entire program all over last year, Dr. Amresh Patil, who heads our liaison committee. Wonderful, dynamic young man who will be for the introduction of the IAP Ki Baat community ke saath 2.0 committee video by Dr. Amresh Patil. Amresh bhai, it's over to you.
Thank you, Sameer sir. Respected dignitaries and all the donors of IAP. IAP has finished, IAP Ki Baat community ke saath has finished its 1 year, and now it's entering into toddler thing, the second year. And we had our wonderful presidents who have been guiding us, our judges and treasurers, and each and every IAPN has been instrumental in getting this project from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Bengal to Gujarat. Everyone has been instrumental, and we had a wonderful results. So whenever there's something which is wonderful, we always try to redo it again and again in a better version. So here we have the IAP 2, IAP के बाद communicate साथ second version with all the doyens of pediatricians. Each and every member is a wonderful ambassador of this wonderful event. So I request Shruti to kindly play the video. Thank you, one and all. As I mentioned, each and everyone is the ambassador of this wonderful program. We might be here or we might not be there, but the wonderful work done by IAP and each and every IAPN will be there for lifelong to see. So kindly request everyone to be part of this wonderful initiative. Back to Samir Bhai. Thank you, sir.
Manish Bhai, you're always so inclusive and include everybody. So it's always a pleasure to hear you. Thank you so much for your lovely work. It's now my duty to invite the convener of the expert committee, which was convened to come up with the scientific document on the first 1,000 days, the foundation of life. It is a topic which is not very easy because it combines various aspects of development, of childhood. And we had to look at somebody who to be part of this committee, and I'm very happy to invite the convener, a very dear friend of mine, a stalwart in the field of developmental behavioral pediatrics and adolescent care, Dr. Jaya Shivalkar, ma'am. We request you to kindly share your insights about the scientific committee.
Respected dignitaries on the digital platform and the team of national coordinators, sincere thanks to all of you for giving me this opportunity to be part of this excellent program. Though this was my first experience and needed a lot of guidance, but it was my pleasure because since long I have been working on adolescents, their problems, mental health, parenting. And I always felt that the early parenting could be very much helpful to prevent many problems in this age group. And this program came along, which is a very concrete steps have been taken up in a structured program, which starts right from the adolescence. So it's a full circle. To prevent adolescent problem, we target adolescents for the next generation preparation and parenting. So it was a great opportunity. And thanks to all the team, which included Dr. G.S. Chaudhary sir, Dr. M. Ismail sir, Dr. Suresh Jain, Dr. Shilpi Siddhanta, Dr. Ritu Gupta. We all have distributed work and then compiled the work And last but not the least, it was Dr. Geeta Patil Madam, who was constant touch with us, and she guided us at every step. Thank you, Madam, so much for your help and guidance. And today we have this program, and I'm proud to be part of it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having been so gracious as to acknowledge your entire team members as well as our dear Dr. Geeta Patil, who's actually the backbone of this program. From the experience of this nurturing care program in the past for IAP, I must say how important it is for all pediatricians to understand and take this message across to the parents about how important it is to have the nurturing care in the first 1,000 days. I would now like to invite my dear friend, Dr. Praveen Page, who's also one of the core committee members and an essential member of Team 2.0, who has been instrumental in taking this ahead. And I request Dr. Praveen to come over to welcome our chief guest, our beloved Dr. Zog. Praveen bhai, it's over to you.
Thank you, Samir bhai. Good afternoon to everyone, all the dignitaries, the President, Dr. Vasant sir, the past President, the incoming President, our guest of honor, Dr. Ahmed sir. On this momentous occasion, it is my honor to introduce today's ever-smiling, joyful, and distinguished chief guest, Dr. Pramod Zog. In his professional career spanning more than 4 decades, he continues to work extensively in the areas of clinical practice, public health initiatives, medical education, and advocacy for child health, making him a respected figure nationally and internationally. A very senior pediatrician, born in 1958 and an alumnus of BJ Medical College, Pune. He, as present, is working as a professor of pediatrics at D.Y. Patil Medical College, Pune. He has served as the president of IAP in 2016, and his SOS Hope and Cradle to Crayons programs in particular are still remembered by everyone. He was the chairman of ACVIP in 2015 to 17 and has been an active member and post holder at various committees in the IAP since 1992. He has been a member of the Standing Committee of the International Pediatric Association and a member of the Steering Committee of Gavi. He has been best known for his role in the Goodbye Polio program initiated in 1984, which laid the groundwork for India's very successful National Pulse Polio program. Dr. Zog has been a national trainer for several IAP programs in vaccinology and asthma management. He has organized numerous national and international conferences contributing to the education of pediatricians across India. He has authored numerous publications in prestigious medical journals, contributed chapters to pediatric textbooks, and is the editor of Pediatric Review journals since 1985. He has also received several prestigious awards, including the Plotkins Prize for his performance in the ADVAC program in France in 2011, the R.K. Menda Award and Suresh Nadkani Award from IMA for his community service, and 2 gold medals from BPNI for his efforts in promoting breastfeeding. Apart from all this, he is also proficient in languages such as Sanskrit, French, and Spanish, and that was a surprising aspect of his character. And Dr. Zog has deep understanding of Ayurveda and yoga. And for this, he has established a Center for Asthma Research that integrates these traditional practices with modern medicine. Beyond clinical practice, he has been involved in various community health initiatives aimed at health education in some slum dwellers, and also he has led many parenting workshops. His leadership today continues to inspire the current and future generations of pediatricians. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our chief guest, Dr. Pramod Zog. Samir bhai. Samir bhai.
Welcome, sir.
Please welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Samir, please. Sir, you can give the message for our pediatric community and our reporters also. So many reporters are there for this program. What is
Sure. Yeah, it's a great honor to be here today, and I must congratulate Dr. Vasant Khalatkar for this important activity which he has started this year. Basically, I always feel that this community ke baat IAP ke saath is a conjugated vaccine, where IAP is conjugating with the community. Okay, so it's a vaccine, and IAP is probably giving this parenting vaccine now to the community. Okay. There is no pharma, there is no sponsor, and our willpower itself is the sponsor, isn't it? So there is no sponsor for today's program. So remember, this is the most important parenting vaccine, And congratulations to Dr. Khalatkar and his team. Actually, Dr. Khalatkar, Dr. Basavaraj, and Dr. Neelam. So 3 presidents. So how many days? Individually, even if you take 365 days, totally it comes to 1000 days, isn't it? So each day of all these 3 presidents together, that means total 1000 days. Every day is important for every president. And that is why 1000 days of 3 presidents, I am sure, will continue in future also like this for every president to come. Okay. Actually, today's program has chief guests and guests of honor, etc. But in the family, basically, who is the chief guest? The baby is the chief guest, isn't it? And the grandmother is the chairperson in every family. It is not the mother or husband. Husband is the guest of honor. Iqbal bhai, sorry for that. Because, usually, he is the only onlooker. And where is the mother? The mother is a passive onlooker like, the delegates in the audience, unfortunately. And that is why this particular situation has to change. And I always feel that the word parent itself is a degree, and to get this particular degree, one has to particularly give an entrance test. So what is the entrance test to get this degree of parent? It is the degree is called MA. MA means Ma. Okay. MA is Ma. So if you want to get the degree of MA, then you have to give paper which has 5 sections. So what are the 5 sections? A, B, C, D, E. That is the awareness of the, preconception period. The B is the birth and the breastfeeding. C is the complementary feeding. D is the development, and E is the early stimulation. So all these 5 A, B, C, D are the 5 sections of this paper of MA in parenting. Okay, I will tell you in relation to this antenatal or rather para-conceptional period or periconceptional period. Whenever I go for the reception of any wedding ceremony, you know what is the gift that I give to the couple, particularly to the mother? I give them a mala of folic acid tablets, because you don't know when the conception would occur after marriage. So I tell her, right from today night itself, you have to start taking 1 folic acid tablet, because it is the periconceptional period when you require folic acid. So that is very important. So every pediatrician must remember. So you will save a lot of money in your bouquets and other things. So don't give any gift, only folic acid mala. Okay, that is one. Of course, this breastfeeding and the points related to the birth are well known to all of us. And complementary feeding, of course, with the help of the homemade food, and our women's wing, which is very active, can bring out some booklet. As now Neelam Mohan is the president in the next year, she should at least see that she brings out some good recipes, particularly from her own area also, which will be very tasty. And the complementary feeding can be promoted. And of course, IAP will assist the parents to get this degree. Okay. Now, when it comes to the role of the parents, particularly all those parents who come to our clinic, basically many children, when we immunize them, the parents, they switch on the mobile and they want to quieten the baby. Chup ho jao, abhi injection milega, rone ka nahi. When they start crying, they will switch on the mobile. But remember, the word mobile has 2 alphabets, M and B. You know what are the problems with mobile? M is mobility is restricted, and B is the brain is affected. Remember, so M and B, when they become ill, it is mobile. Remember this. So I tell these parents that, see, you have to speak to the child. Okay, you have to really take the pleasure in experiencing this baby blooming every day. Okay, so involvement of the parents in child rearing is the most important. And remember that the most important thing is to play with the child by becoming a child. If you move around with the child by the child taken up on the shoulders, that's something where the child will know the importance of playing. He may become a player in future. If the mother sings with the baby, may become a singer. If at all you dance with the baby, she knows dancing. So basically, as Samir would understand, Howard Gardner, who gave all the different intelligences, they're all there right from birth. And that is why how the parents interact in these first 1000 days is something which is important. And the simplest way to basically promote the interaction is, at least once in a week, you either go to the your friend's house where there is a small kid, or invite someone to your house where there is a small kid, put the child in the center, and let everyone talk around him. And that is the best way for developing connection of the baby with the society. Of course, Punekars usually won't invite anybody. They will go to others' place, doesn't matter. But then at least see that, they are invited once in a while in the benefit of the child at least, okay? And then what can a pediatrician do? There are many things what you can do. Basically, you can appoint some breastfeeding counselor, we as pediatricians generally are conducive type, we don't want to spend on new appointments and peoples. So please see that you appoint some people so that your work will be eased out, okay? And once in a week in the afternoon a breastfeeding counselor can come, okay? I usually gift dangling red toy, in Marathi we call it that chimnal is nothing but a dangling toy, so that when the baby is sleeping in the cradle or on the floor, looks at this dangling toy and it stimulates the brain. Also, I celebrate the 6-month birthday of the baby, not the 1-month birthday, because complementary feeding is to be started after 6 months. So people are happy with that. And then at the time of the first birthday, one can always gift certain books written by your own colleagues, or maybe IAP publications, which are so very important. So please gift them so that, without spending money on costly things, please give them some books which are written by your own colleagues, and also appoint some counselor for dietary advice in the clinic. And on the table of a pediatrician, do not keep, the chocolates and toffees which are gifted by your representatives, but better to, keep the groundnut laddus with jaggery or something which is nutritious, so that people know that this is nutrition, okay? And I also tell parents that next stage of development is this. So baby comes at 5 months and the neck holding has started. Now I tell them, see, now the baby will roll over. So keep a watch on that. So they, usually look forward for that particular milestone. And one important thing is I ask the mother or the grandmother, okay, बच्चे का बाप साथ में क्यों नहीं आया? Why the father hasn't come? So that, it improves the involvement of the father also. Otherwise, the enthusiasm of the husband is usually till the delivery occurs. Once the delivery occurs, he is least bothered about, what happens to the baby and the mother. So he starts his routine activities. So if the mother goes home and tells that, see, Dr. Jog was asking why he didn't come, then, he at least may start coming, and it will increase the involvement of the father. This is very important. See, early age involvement is very important. Involvement in the early ages. I always tell my newly married colleagues also that, see, immediately after marriage, see that both of you remain together, and the bond which develops in early years is very important. Same is true about the first 1,000 days. Very, very important. And then we all know the T20 matches, they are the ones which have a very fast speed. This is like 1,000 days, it is exciting, and it is, one which features the big hits and skillful bowling. So like this Indian Premier League, this particular venture of 2025 by Dr. Khalatkar and his team will become IAP's parenting lead, IPL. So it is a lead taken by Khalatkar sir, and IAP's parenting lead will be IPL. And I'm telling you that the baby is the one who is rewarding you with the degree of parent, which I told you. And what do you mean by the word reward? So the baby is giving you the degree of reward. So R would start for real life. E is exciting. W is wonderful, action filled, and rewarding daily learning experience. Okay. So it's a reward which is given by the baby. And remember, IAP is the one. Involvement of IAP will make this particular parenting quite rewarding. So I once again thank for inviting me to be the chief guest today. But I told you the real chief guest is the baby. And now I request our guest of honor, Dr. Iqbal Menon. Maybe somebody can introduce him and then he can start his presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's always so amazing to listen to you, sir. You please put those full forms in the chat box so we can all learn. आपके लिए सिर्फ इतनी बात बोलनी थी कि 100 चांद भी आए तो महफिल में वो बात न रहेगी. सिर्फ आपके आने से ही महफिल में रौनक बढ़ेगी, और आपने हमेशा की तरह रौनक उसी तरह बढ़ा दी. Thank you very much. I now request you and invite you on behalf of IAP to unveil the first poster that we have made for this topic of first 1,000 days. Requesting you and requesting the presidents to join you in unveiling the poster.
Sir, unveiling.
Yeah. I just declare that this poster has been unveiled, and I wish all the best for the 1,000 days of caring moments for an adulthood worth remembering. And it's a wonderful poster. You can see in the center the tree. Right from the seed stage, it is blooming. There is a child at the center, and both the parents are watering the tree. It's a wonderful poster, and I think all the parents will find it so easy to understand. And it has given pregnancy day 1 to 270, newborn 271 onwards, and then up to 1,000. Okay, and it involves all the important aspects of early childhood development also. So congratulations. And I also congratulate Dr. Geeta Patil and her team and all others, who have taken so much of efforts for this particular activity. Thank you. So I declare this particular poster unveiled. Thank you.
Thank you, Jog sir, for unveiling the poster. It's really worth remembering. Samir.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I mean, the amount of effort that the scientific committee puts up into making the scientific content has to be replicated or supplemented by the effort done by the media committee. And it's always a pleasure to work with Shruti and her team to come up with these interesting creative posters. Thank you very much. And now for our guest of honor, Dr. इकबाल मेमन साहब का मैं इस्तकबाल करता हूँ इन इस शेर से कि गुलों में रंग भरे बादे नौ बहार चले भी आओ कि गुलशन का कारोबार चले. और मैं रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ माय डियर फ्रेंड डॉक्टर गीता पाटिल who heads the scientific committee, the most relentless worker for this program, to please introduce our guest of honor, Dr. इकबाल मेमन.
Thank you, Dr. Samir sir, for giving me opportunity. I can tell this IAP की बात community के साथ second session 2025. This is because of continuing a legacy of child care from one great leader, Dr. Basavaraj sir, to the next leader, Dr. Vasant Khalatkar sir. Without their support, this would not have happened. And we have seen it is not only this monthly program. We are having many sectors in this IAP ki baat community ke saath. The brainchild, which was a baby during Dr. Basavaraj sir's tenure, is now taking steps and creating the impact. And it is as Samir sir told, the beautiful poster, we will create a scientific content, but without the guidance of the media committee, it cannot be communicated. Whole intention is that we have to reach through media to the community. So it's a great, I think, great guest of honor, Dr. Iqbal Memon sir. It's a great honor for me to introduce a luminary in a pediatric field from the neighboring country, Pakistan. He is a fellow of American. I think we need to know about him. His achievements are almost many pages, but because of the short of time, I'm just highlighting the important aspects. He's a fellow of American Academy of Pediatrics. He's a fellow, already Dr. Neelam Mohan madam has told that he is her colleague. So obviously he's a fellow in pediatric gastroenterology, nutrition, liver, and from various universities. And all of us, we know that he's a president, Asian Pacific Pediatric Association, that is APA we know commonly, from 2022 to 2024, and he has done a phenomenal work. He was a secretary in Commonwealth Association, Pediatric Gastroenterology and Nutrition from 2017 to 19. He was a council member of Asian Pan-Pacific Societies of Pediatric Gastroenterology, Hepatology and Nutrition 2018. He's a member standing committee, Asian Society of Pediatric Infectious Diseases from 2018 to 2024. He's a professor of pediatrics, gastroenterology, hepatology, and nutrition in Sir Said College of Medical Sciences for girls from 2012 to 2013. He is a National Immunization Technical Advisory Group for polio in 2018 to 2021. He was a professor of pediatric. I think this is Dow is a well-known university in Karachi from 1990 to 2010. He was a professor, chairman of board of trustees, Save Our Children, Karachi, Pakistan. I think it's a very proud moment, sir. And as he's doing these things, not only in his special interest in gastroenterology, nutrition, and liver diseases, but he has done a lot of work in child health promotion along with rights of children, which is really a great thing to understand. He was an advisor. He's an advisor to Ministry of Health for development and implementation of integrated neonatal and childhood illnesses. He has been a participant trainer in multiple child health programs, not only in his country, other countries also. And he had the privilege of being the member of Pakistan Pediatric Association in different capacities, and he served as a president also. I think, as we are told, as a APA president, he has done phenomenal work. Apart from that, he has been examiner. He is known as a very good teacher. I heard from one of his student who is a cardiologist in many universities in Pakistan, and he has multiple publications in national, international journals and contribution to few pediatric books also. And apart from that, he is on the editorial board of many important journals. So this much I could tell in the time allotted to me. Sir, thank you very much. I might have missed certain things. Please excuse me for that. Before you start your addressing, I request our creative partner, Shruti, under the guidance of Samir sir, has created a beautiful video. I request you to unveil that, release that video. I request Shruti to play that video.
Madam, before you start that video, I will add one line, the man with expression. You can read him with his facial expression, always. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And here we have APA Secretary, Dr. Zulkifil Ismail also with us. So both the Professor Iqbal Menon sir and Dr. Zulkifil Ismail, both the President and Secretary was there at the APA countries.
So both of them release the video, sir. Both of them, if he is there, he can unveil he can show his video, no? He can start his video.
Just as a tiny seed is planted with care, a child's journey begins with love and nurturing. The first 1,000 days, from conception to age 2, shape a lifetime of health, growth, and potential. A seed needs sunlight, water, and air to grow. Similarly, a child thrives with good health, ensuring well-being from pregnancy to early years, adequate and appropriate nutrition, fueling growth and immunity, responsive caregiving, fostering trust and emotional security, opportunities for early learning, encouraging curiosity through play and interaction, safety and security, creating a protected space for exploration and development. The first 1,000 days are a window of opportunity. Just as a tree blossoms with care, a child thrives with responsive caregiving, interactive play, emotional bonding, and love. Join us in ensuring every child's first 1,000 days are filled with care, love, and opportunity. Together, let's nurture today for a healthier tomorrow.
Thank you, sir, Dr. Samir sir, for creating such a beautiful video, and you have done our work of what scientific committee and experts wanted to convey. Thank you very much, sir. Then over to Dr. Iqbal Menon, sir, for your address.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to all the good friends in IAP. I'm overwhelmed with the kind words and love that I see exuding all the way, and making the correction that I'm not the current president of APA. It's the love of children in our arena, extending from Asia to Pacific, with 24 countries as members. And of course, the major population is all in South Asia, basically. The huge population there, which is certainly deserves all the attention that IAP is unveiling all around me. First of all, thank you very much, all the presidents, the three that have been listed, and the previous friends and the team for the scientific and current team of IAP leadership for giving this opportunity to meet you across the border with such a knowledge and such a devotion for children. And, talking after Pramod is too tough to do. I think I'm a good speaker, but after Pramod, I better be quiet because he has a way with words and a lot of knowledge. We have worked together in many ways. So coming to the topics per se, I think it has an excellent preparation in terms of press release, in terms of video, in terms of all other data and scientific information that we are sharing with our pediatricians, members, and community. And of course, we are making it so simple that even our press friends who can then disseminate through media or otherwise, print and otherwise, to people. And that's where it matters. It matters only when our knowledge, our efforts, and our ideas translate into practical solutions. And I think it has been very, very wisely and well done. So my congratulations to the entire team, including all the leadership. I'm overwhelmed with this. On top of that, I think Pramod has covered almost everything, starting from folic acid in the prenatal actually should be, prenatal law, it should be perinatal, correct. So with the folic acid, but I think there in our arena of Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, the marriages are held so early. So I think we should be talking about adolescent girls also, their nutrition also. They're bringing up education in terms of things that change their body from a childhood to adolescence and then to become a good mom. Their nutrition is very important. Just like we all know that in agricultural land, you trial the field, prepare the field before sowing the seed. And that is very important part that I think we should do. The rest of the things have been really nicely covered. Excellent, I must my compliments. But one thing that I think it has been mentioned, but I think I would like to repeat it, is the mental health. This starts from the mother, her surroundings, her relatives and people around her. That all impact on the pregnancy, the developing fetus, then of course the birth of a child, and then going on. If she is mentally up to date and well, I think that carries the child further through the infancy and childhood and on to adolescence. Then, of course, father was mentioned, and I think very rightfully mentioned. And we do have the way our family's system works. I don't see any much of difference between Pakistan and India. Then the grandfather and the grandmama are the ones who make the decisions, and the rest of them have to listen. I think involving them as well when you are visiting for checkups and or otherwise with the issues of acute nature or routine visits, then I think they should be taken on board, because I'm pretty sure that we often face resistance to different types of nutrition. ये गर्म है, ये ठंडा है, ये वो है, ये मत दो, ये दूध हजम नहीं है, ये भारी है, ये गैस करेगा. I mean, I think these are very common complaints that we get, and when we tell them go by these steps, it is the grandparents who finally say, don't do this and don't do that. Secondly, so if you're involved, I think we can always make our suggestions go through practically onto the families when we are seeing them or when we are talking to them, and awareness is what we are working, and it's really excellently done. The mental health further goes on with the surroundings in your home, and of course poverty and facilities and proper balancing diet doesn't require too much. Unnecessarily, people spend money, whatever little they have. And we give example that if you have just 10 rupees that you give to the child, or you have 10 rupees to spend for the child, instead of letting them buy the packaged items and processed foods, it's better to buy fruits, dry fruit, and regular fruits, and you know salad material that they can be good. Once you use yourself, be a good example in the house, children will then follow. If you are one of the guys and persons who don't eat normally and regularly, and they have their idiosyncrasies about different foods, then the child will not be taking a balanced diet either. And I think the one point, the other additional that I would like to mention, that Jog Saab had mentioned about the mobile. All right. So correctly said that you are taking away so much. You are taking away especially your own interaction. The parents are taking away the interaction with the child, who will therefore grow and develop mentally as well as physically. So keep the screen time. I mean, I think there should be much more additional mention somewhere. Our gurus are there who can possibly add. The screen is killing our children, their development, their mental abilities, and the social behavior and responses. With that, I very much once again appreciate the opportunity to be with you all, to learn today, and share my thoughts. Very much appreciated all the presidents, Jogsab, and the team, the scientific team, and so on, Gita Sawa, which will be very nice. And I'm really, really motivated that I'll be partnering this information with my PPA colleagues, if I'm allowed, and let them carry those messages to the children in the communities where we are. Thank you very much. It's a lovely program.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your really good words of wisdom and everything you covered in these 10 minutes, sir, as it was expected. I want that you should share this all the information and whatsoever through our IAP के बाद community के साथ, like that picture Disha I transferred you. This this is a for community, not region wise, not country wise. It's we can share it. Lot of work. Thank you once again, Zog sir, and
Thank you very much, Dr. Iqbal Mehman sir, for your kind words. And really, it was wonderful to have you with us in our presence today. Thank you so much for gracing the occasion. It's now my pleasure to invite Dr. Prashant Sabot, our Vice President from the East Zone, for him to offer his ideas on the way ahead. Over to Dr. Prashant Sabot, sir.
He had joined, I think, but not
Dr.
seen.
Prashant?
Yes, he's not here, right?
Okay.
No, not seen. He joined and left, I think.
Yeah. So, President sir, shall we wait or shall we go ahead? Because it's a vote of thanks. I'm not sure whether Dr. Atanu has joined as well.
Go ahead.
All right. So, I now request Dr. Atanu, if you are there for the vote of thanks.
Dr. Atanu is busy, I think.
No, sir.
Yeah.
He's not able to join.
I think we'll let the President sir have the last word then. And sir, it's over to you from my side. And thank you everybody for having joined today.
Yeah, I request Dr. Yogesh Bhai to sum up with and vote of thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, President sir and Dr. Samir. So, really, today is the first session of the second term of this IAP की बात community के साथ, and the wonderful work creation by all the Dr. Geeta Patil Madam, Dr. Kishore Bandhu, Dr. Amrish, and Dr. Samir Dalwai, and the whole team of the experts. So thank you very much for the joining us, Dr. Pramod Jog sir and Professor Iqbal Mehman sir, and Professor Zulfikar Ismail, and all the participants on this digital platform. So I thanks our President-elect Dr. Neelam Mohan Madam, while she is very much busy in the exam, even though she joined here, and our Professor Dr. G. Basavaraj sir. He is also busy because nowadays time for the exam in every university and the college. So we all teachers are very much busy for this all. And our office bearers and executive board members, thank you very much for the joining and making this program very successful. Thank you, Shruti, for making this all the creative for this IAP के बाद community के साथ Abhinava events and all. So and our Nikita and our office staff from Saji and everyone for making these flyers and the links and everything. So thank you very much. So have a great day, and we will join next month for this more program. And thank you, Samir Bhai, for the wonderful MOC and livelihood of all the program. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. Everyone joining.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir.
Sir, thank you, Iqbal Memon, sir.
Yeah, before we wait, we invite you to program on 4th of February, that is EEE, Education Enhancement and Empowerment.
We will make it, inshallah. Okay?
Thank
I'll do my best if I'm alive on the 4th.
Yes, 100%.
इकबाल जी,
you very
मैंने
much. I
आपकी
appreciate-
तारीफ की,
I
आप थे
appreciate.
तब या नहीं थे आप?
आप
जी?
सब मेंबर हो गए आईएपी के?
मैंने डॉक्टर नीलम बोल रही हूँ। मैं शुरू में जब आपकी बातें कर रही थी, आप थे क्या?
हाँ थे मैडम, थे।
तो मैं शुरू वाले 5 लोगों में था। आप हमारे बाद आए। हाँ, हम थे, बिल्कुल थे।
हमारी
Till the
जर्नी
last
तो
minute,
शुरू हुई
as
गैस्ट्रो से।
committed. Neelam, it's always great to hear from you and see